Hey everyone, today there's something that I'm super excited and hyped about. We're going to be reacting to the Dragon's Dogma 2 trailer reveal. 2.6 is kind of new to Dragon's Dogma, he doesn't know what he's getting into. I've played through the original like 4 or 5 times. I'm so hyped for this game. 2.6, you don't understand how hyped I am. So we have to just watch it together and go through and highlight a few things that we spotted and that's worth talking about basically, because it just looked so incredible, which we'll see in a second. So 2.6, you ready to go through?
Yeah, I am ready to go through. So for the first Dragon's Dogma, like, looked cool, but I just never got around to playing it. And when they announced Dragon's Dogma 2 was coming out, I was like, yeah, this is my time to shine. And this one looks cool. It looks like just a straight upgrade to the old one. So
it literally does. And we will have more videos coming soon. You know, the curated stuff with everything that you guys want to know. But we have to react to this because I'm just that excited for it. So
yeah,
let's jump into it.
Let us know how excited you guys are with a little like on the video as well.
Definitely. If you're hyped for Dragon's Dogma 2, hit that like button. I want to see how many of you guys are there with me hyped for this. This is probably like, I don't know if I can say my favorite Capcom game, but man, is it up there. I saw this logo. I was like, Dragon's Dogma 2.
Over Monster Hunter. Is it?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I can say that, but it's up there. It's close.
Tell me about what I'm seeing, then. Do you know what I'm seeing here?
I don't know everything that we're seeing, but what I can tell you is that the monsters are back. We're seeing magic powers. Magic Archer, when I saw this clip, I lost my mind. Magic Archer's back. That was my favorite one.
I saw Yennefer.
That bridge there that they just made, that looked pretty cool. The meteor coming in, how good did that look?
The meteor looks sick.
You could call, I'm pretty sure you could call meteors in the first game, but they didn't look quite that good. The big dragon's back. I can't even remember his name right now. Fatalis is back.
So what I'm intrigued to know is, like, does it have that same system from number 1? Where you have like the people with you, like the random...
Well, that's just it. That stone just there makes me think yes, because that was the stone. I think they were called pawns. You could basically have AI companions that joined you. You customize them, and the online feature in Dragon's Dogma was that other people could use your companion pawns.
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma 2. So it looks like it might be because of that stone, which makes me think if they're bringing them back, then they're bringing that whole system back. But I'm going to be honest, 2.6. I would much rather have actual co-op. Not like
that's what I wanted. That's why I never played number 1. That's why I never played number 1. I love my co-op game, so that's why I never picked up number 1. I missed it because everyone afterwards was like, "Oh yeah, it's such a sick game." Like years after,
it's good. If it would be mind blowing with co-op, like the open world, the crazy monsters to go and defeat, and the spectacle of the moves and the abilities. Even in the first game was incredible. You could create tornadoes. You could do all kinds of fun and just awesome magic, and there was like. It was almost like you could multi-class, and that's how you got like Magic Archer, or how you... There was like other ones that were really cool as well. I can't remember all the names off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm hoping we'll hear about potential co-op in this, but I wouldn't hold my breath just
What was the depth of the class? I know you said that you can multi-class, but what was the depth of the classes? Like, I can see a few spells like popping off here where like... Was it a nice skill tree to build out? Like, it's looking cool.
It was really cool because there was so many different synergies with things, so you could really get creative and unique. You were like limited on I believe you were limited on the number of actual like spells and abilities that you could have active at one time, but there was enough that there was a good variety. I remember there was a really cool like double dual blade assassin build that I tried one time where you ignited yourself on fire, then you jump onto the enemy like giant monster, which because you're on fire it burns them, and you just kind of went nuts like stabbing them in fire. It was like there's just crazy combos that you could do. So I'm hoping the spectacle will be even bigger with some of these spells. But I just want to go back to the beginning real quick, 2.6, because one of the coolest things in the base game was crawling and just climbing and mounting on the creatures. And on this scene here where we're flying in, they're literally riding on the back of a griffin or something.
Wow. We got mount. Did you have mounts in the first one, or is it just like...
It wasn't... I'm trying to think if you could ride horses. If you could ride a horse, I never really did it. But you could like basically jump on any flying creature and it would just start flying away. Like that could happen. And there was... Hold on, there's like... I have to freeze frame as well. Like, so we're just going to freeze frame for a sec, right? Because there's a frame here. So at the very beginning of Dragon's Dogma 1, the big dragon guy, you're just some nobody, and he like he stabs his talon, and his talon's like bigger than you into like your chest, and he steals your heart, right? And
Yeah.
so your whole mission, and it like connects you to the dragon, and your whole mission is to like hunt down the dragon almost. I can't remember if it is to get your heart back, but it's like interlinked. And the fact that they just had like a scene there for a split second where the heart is like in his talon, just like in the first game, makes me think like, what's going on? How's he come
Why
back?
did he keep? Why did he keep doing this? Why did he keep poking the hearts out?
Exactly.
So precisely as well.
Like I said, I played through the base game maybe 5 different times and tried different things out, but it wasn't very recent, so some of my knowledge is a little rusty, but I just loved this game to death when I was playing it. And there's Magic Archer best class, as we know, but there's some interesting moves there that I don't quite recognize. Like this bridge, this. If you could do this in the first game, I never did it, but this looks completely new to me. But
You're so excited for this bridge. This is like the number one thing, guys, that he remarked on. He was just like, the magic bridge.
the magic bridge and the
Not the
meteor's
meteor,
sick
not
too.
the meteor coming down. It was like the magic bridge. I was like, wow.
I'm trying to think as well if I don't think this is the city from the first game because so in the first game there was basically DLC that was added later that was wrapped into the game when you buy it at later date. And it like I mean it's a super old game, so I hope you don't mind me talking about it. The city basically kind of got like massively destroyed in a certain way, which I won't say specifically. So I don't think this is the same city. It doesn't look familiar to me, but there's so much to go through and break down like if the classes are there. We obviously had the Magic Archer bit, my favorite Magic Bridge, but I'm just super hyped and excited. Was there any particular part that you liked?
You know what? I'm just excited to hear you talk about an old game that you haven't played, but you know has come back now. That's what game is all about, that excitement there as well. We don't know if the game's going to be good or not. It looks cool. It's Dragon's Dogma, so it's probably going to be cool.
Massively
From what,
cool.
So,
I'm so hyped.
But like this initial hype is like what keeps me gaming.
Exactly, yeah. And we always like to reserve like a little bit of our hype and our expectations for after we play it, but I'm very hopeful having played the original and having seen this and how it looks. I'm very hopeful, but we can't say until we play it. So, is there any last things you want to look at or go through?
No, that was it. I'm like just impressed by the game. I'm ready to actually give it a go. Hopefully they have like a little network online test to test out if they do have any multiplayer stuff in there. I'm interested to see how the boss fights are and how they've improved, because you've obviously seen their boss fights in Monster Hunter get crazy, and they've like had so much experience with that as well. So it'll be intriguing to see how it goes down, and it using the re-engine or the Resident Evil engine or whatever. Essentially, so yes, it's cool. I'm excited for this.
Definitely. And just to say on boss fights, if anyone played the final boss fight in Dragon's Dogma 1, that was such a spectacle that they have to top that for the second game, right? So I don't know how this game is going to come out. I'm just super excited to play it. But guys, hit a like button down below if you're excited for Dragon's Dogma 2 as much as I am. And make sure to subscribe because we will be covering this and all the other stuff from the showcase that just happened recently. So make sure you're subscribed.
Yeah, I want to know what you guys think as well. Like, before we end, I want to know what you guys think of the game as well, what you're feeling, what's your first impressions, what your worries, what your woes, all of that stuff. So,
if you noticed any secrets in the trailer, put it down in the comments. Anything that we missed and whatnot, let us know. But the 2 videos on screen now, we think you'll really enjoy if you did enjoy this one. You don't have to watch them if you don't want to, but if you did like this video, you're probably going to like these ones too. And then tell us what you think after watching in the comments down below.